Good evening, VV Nation. My name is Ryan, and as always, welcome to the channel. Now, if you've never been here before, welcome to VectorVest. Welcome to our channel. We always try to keep investors informed, put them on the right side of the market, so that way you can make money. Now, again, I'm no financial advisor. This is strictly entertainment as a disclaimer. However, I do try to provide you valuable information, so hopefully you can make better investing decisions. Now, with this all being said, tonight we are going to focus on oil. That's right. If you've been watching the channel, haven't been very bullish on oil. However, if you saw my short or my reel from yesterday, you will notice why I am bullish. I'm going to cover those points this evening. We're going to go into the stock chart, mostly focus on the graph. I do have a couple news stories. However, the news just isn't moving oil like we would think, especially with all the tensions in the Red Sea and Iran. However, the weather disruptions in the United States right now, interfering with oil supply chains in North Dakota, that seems to be pushing oil up. But again, we're going to look at the chart, we're going to focus on the chart, and I'm going to show you how to find some of the best oil stocks utilizing the VectorVest 7 system. Now, if this is something that you're interested in, let's go ahead and get started. Now, I am going to go through these articles pretty quick, as I mostly want to focus on the VectorVest 7 software and finding great oil picks, as well looking at the charts. Now, that being said, before we continue, put in the comments section what you think about oil, if you think it's too early to be bullish right now, or if at the end of this presentation, maybe I changed your mind. Now, this presentation will only be about 5 to 6 minutes long, so I won't be able to cover everything. So if there's information out there that you think VV Nation should be aware of, make sure you put it in the comment section, as we are here to work together. Now you can see the first article right here, U.S. oil production flatlines. Now the first bullet point is what I'm looking at here. U.S. production flatlines as shale drilling falters. In addition to that, the U.S. unconventional crude supply is expected to remain flat in February for the third straight month. Now, if we are going to be bullish on American oil companies, you can see right here the Permian Basin remains the only major play to see its production increase, improving marginally to 5.9 million barrels per day next month. Now, the next story I have for you is North Dakota oil output to be lower for another month. This is because of severe weather conditions coming across the United States as we speak right now. As we dive in, we can take a look and see exactly what's causing this. Extreme weather has eaten into crude oil production in North Dakota to the tune of hundreds of thousands of barrels so far. With cold weather creating power outages and shutting down refineries, it has essentially cut crude oil production in North Dakota by half. Now, on top of oil production outages, it seems that there has been reported of oil spills in the back-end oil fields where wind chills have fallen to negative 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And this brings me to the point that I'm trying to make. Oil traders care more about North Dakota weather than Red Sea missile attacks. That's right, I'm at no surprise, just because the U.S. has been such a large oil producer over the last 6 months, creating huge supply, bringing down the price of oil going into 2024. Now, just to reiterate my point, why oil markets aren't reacting to supply disruptions and geopolitical risk. It seems oil markets see little risk of major Middle East supply disruption and believe there's plenty to spare and new supply set to come online. That's right, it's just a supply and demand aspect. Now, if you're bullish on oil, you want the supply to go down and demand to rise. Demand is already expected to rise, so the big concern right now is really just the overabundance of supply. And we're starting to see these stories stack up going into 2024. Thus, the news, I feel, is starting to be in our favor if you plan on being bullish in oil. Now, this being said, let's go ahead and jump in the VectorVest 7 system and focus on the charts. So this is a graph of the petroleum sector. It's a collective unit of all the stocks we're currently tracking through the VectorVest 7 software. I just want to focus on the fundamental aspects first. So let's take a look at value here. We could see that the space was greatly undervalued here, but over the last 6 months, valuation's been dropping quite a bit. You know, right around $42 to end just below 32 right now. And if we look at the forecasted earnings per share and growth rate in earnings, you can see them on the decline here over the last 6 months. So from a fundamental standpoint, don't see petroleum being the space right now, but let's focus from a trader's aspect when it comes to technical analysis. Now, over the last 6 months, you can see RT Relative Timing did a great job letting subscribers know when the rally was really over when it came to petroleum. You see that was right at the beginning of November, towards the end of October here, we're starting to get those early warning signs. And in addition to that, if we take a look at this red dotted line here, that's my real concern for a level of resistance right now. It's just a downward trend line. We got 2 touches on it so far here. the most recent swing high. And since that most recent swing high, you can see price action consolidating between this descending channel here with a breakout to the upside today. So that was one of my bullish points I wanted to make here. In addition to that, if you've been watching the videos, we did get a bullish diversion here between price action here making a new low, while RT, relative timing, failed to do so. And if you're new to the channel, RT is a proprietary indicator that tracks the momentum of trend. So this really was my first sign here. I actually bought positions based off this bullish divergence and started tiptoeing into a couple more positions here with the breakout to the upside confirmed today. Now we got a level of resistance coming in at 31.76. I'd like to see that break in and price action stay above there before I enter any more of these positions. And when it comes to this red line here, if price action can get above this downward trend line, that's when I would finish opening the rest of my positions. Now, as far as stops or exit strategies, that really comes to a personal risk tolerance. For me personally, I am putting a pretty tight stop on these positions here. You can see we're still just above this level of support here at 30.72. So as the space as a whole, it is in a downward trend right now, but we're starting to see some elements from the chart giving me reasons to start tiptoeing and doing some bottom fishing when it comes to petroleum stock. Now today I only have 4 stocks for you, but I went through a lot of time and energy and a great methodical process to actually get these stocks. I utilized the VectorVest 7 system, and what I did was we actually track over 280 stocks in the software pertaining to petroleum itself. I resorted by CI, that's our technical indicator, looking at price growth persistent, since essentially we're bottom fishing in this sector. Now that being said, out of the top CI stocks, I look for great fundamentals, so you'll see the RV and RS ratings are above 1, and these stocks have a positive growth rate. All right, VV Nation, you heard it. That's my case to be bullish on oil. Last time I was bullish on oil was back in July, and you see that worked out very well. Again, this is the very early stages of seeing any kind of bullish momentum. In addition, we do have some positive news as far as supply chain issues that could potentially push oil prices higher, causing the space itself to rise along with those oil prices. Now, if you found this video informative and you see the potential to make money with this information, please do not hesitate to hit that subscribe button. Good night.
Hey VV Nation, Glenn Tompkins here. Did you miss out on the Tampa 2-day investment seminar? Well, right now you can get access to the live recordings for this event for $199. That's right, folks, $199 can get you access to all the great presentations from instructors like Steve Chappell, Jerry D'Ambrosio, Jim Penna, Ron Wheeler, and yours truly. In order to take advantage of this spectacular deal, you have to go to www.vectorvest.com/offers.